We call it a protective style. We spend hundreds of dollars and hours in a chair for it. But what if the very hair that we're using to protect ourselves is actually a chemical cocktail leaking toxins into our scalps?
Hair is an integral part of being a woman, but especially a black woman, whether it's wearing it natural, straight, or in a protective style. But some studies show several styling products used for black women's hair can often have potentially dangerous or some unregulated chemicals. The National Library of Medicine finds some chemical hair relaxers, for example, have been linked to an increased risk for breast and uterine cancer for some postmenopausal black women who frequently use those products over those who don't.
Now, most of us have felt that braid itch, but science is now telling us that it's not just an annoyance, it's a warning. So today, we are going to pull back the curtain yet again on the multi-billion-dollar synthetic hair industry and the dangerous chemicals that target black women specifically. Listen, folks, this isn't just a beauty trend, it's a health crisis in plain sight. So what if some of the very products that black women rely on the most come with hidden chemical exposure? Now, before anybody twists this into a panic or shaming, let me be crystal clear here. This isn't about telling anybody to stop wearing braids, wigs, or protective styles. This is about informed choice and consumer protection, because if we are the primary buyers, if we are the ones sitting in the chair for 6 to 10 hours, if we are the ones wearing these fibers against our scalp, our neck, and our skin for weeks, then we deserve more than vibes and marketing. We deserve answers. So in this video, we're going to break down what chemical processing can mean in synthetic hair and wigs, and why some people report irritation, rashes, and breathing sensitivity. So, why it's always been like that, it's not a real excuse anymore. And most importantly, what black women are saying now that these concerns are finally being talked about. Now, I'm going to ask you to stay with me here, because near the end, I'm going to share the part that really gets ignored. And that is who benefits from the silence and why are we being told to just deal with it. Now, a lot of these products, synthetic braids, wigs, and extensions, are engineered to perform. They're designed to come out the package looking soft instead of stiff, shiny instead of dull, smooth enough to braid quickly, and sometimes already pre-stretched so that the install looks cleaner and that it takes less time. Some are finished to mimic the natural textures, kinky, yucky, silky, so it blends better, lays better, and sells faster. But if a product has to be engineered to behave a certain way, then it's fair to ask what's being treated to get it there.
Dr. Adena Llanos is an associate professor of epidemiology and co-leader of the Cancer Population Science program at Columbia University. Dr. Llanos, thank you so much for joining us. The Consumer Reports investigation found dangerous levels of these chemicals in some of the most popular synthetic braiding hair brands. What do we know about the risks, the health risks of exposure to these toxins?
Yeah, so the recent test by Consumer Reports revealed that these synthetic braiding hair products can contain a variety of toxic chemicals, including carcinogens, benzene, and methylene chloride, as well as heavy metals like lead and cadmium. And so this is a concern for consumers who use these products regularly and keep them on their hair long term.
So performance doesn't magically appear, folks. It comes from a process. And when that process isn't transparent, that's where the concern starts living. Now, let's talk about why this hits different in our community, because black women aren't wearing the hair for just a weekend costume. They are wearing it close to the scalp for weeks. And in the summer heat, under scarves, under bonnets, and also during their workouts while sleeping and living their life. Now, these fibers aren't just hanging off a mannequin. They're sitting against the skin in conditions where warmth and sweat and friction and tension are already part of the experience. And your scalp is the skin. It's not decorative. It reacts, it absorbs, and it inflames. So when someone says, my scalp is on fire, or I broke out around my hairline, or my nape is irritated and raw, or my eyes watered the entire install, that shouldn't automatically get filed under tender-headed. That's a body giving feedback. That's your nervous system saying something is off. Then there's the part that we all know but pretend is normal. The rituals. Because what do people tend to do the minute they open certain packs of hair? Well, they rinse it, they soak it, they vinegar it, they shampoo it, they condition it, they let it sit in a bowl like they're doing a science experiment, just trying to strip whatever coating or residue might be sitting on those fibers. Now, I need that to land, and I need you to think about that. If you have to detox the hair before you can put it on your body, why are we acting like the problem is you? Some people will say, well, I never had an issue. And okay, some people don't. But one person being fine does not erase another person having a reaction, because this isn't about creating panic. Again, this is about recognizing patterns. Now, when enough women are describing the same irritation, the same itching, the same watery eyes, the same headaches, at some point it stops being random and it starts becoming a question that deserves real answers. So the industry's favorite move is to shift responsibility onto the customer. If you react, it becomes your fault. Your skin is sensitive. Your scalp is picky. You didn't wash enough. You used the wrong product. You're overreacting. You're doing too much. But listen, let's be real here. Why are the consumers being treated like unpaid quality control? That's the question that I have. Now, why are we the testers, the reviewers, the investigators, the warning labels, and the ones still keeping the market alive with our money? Well, because that thing that makes this conversation even heavier is the reality that not everyone can just switch. It's easy for somebody to say, just buy human hair. Well, that's not a reality for everyone, but that assumes that everyone has the budget to do that. It assumes that everyone has access to better options. It assumes that everyone lives near stores that carry a variety of safer feeling products. That's not always true. It also assumes that everyone has a stylist who will work with whatever you bring. So for a lot of women, the truth is they are not asking for luxury. They're asking for basic respect. They're saying, I shouldn't have to suffer for a product or a style. I shouldn't have to gamble with my scalp. And I definitely shouldn't have to do a chemistry lab routine just to wear something that's being sold as normal. And now that this topic is finally louder, you can feel that shift in how Black women are responding. A lot of women now feel validated, like, so I wasn't crazy. Others are being more cautious, paying attention to that smell, prepping the hair differently, switching brands, limiting wear time, or taking styles down sooner when their hair and their scalp starts sending signals. So plenty of women are also saying something that the internet doesn't always make space for. I hear you, but I still need these styles. I need affordability. So don't shame me, protect me. And that's the core. That's the heart of it. Because the bigger question here underneath all of this is not just what's in the hair. It's why does it always take noise, headlines, viral conversations, public pressure for Black women to be taken seriously? I never understood that. Why do we have to suffer first, then prove we're not imagining it, to fight to be heard? It's starting to look like a pattern. Biggest buyers, smallest protections. And that should bother everybody. The itch isn't normal, and our health shouldn't be at the price of our beauty. Now that the information is out, the power shifts back to us. We have to demand transparency, Look for non-toxic or pre-washed labels, or go back to the basics of ACV rinses to strip these chemicals before they touch our skin. So here's where I land on this topic, guys. This is not about fear. This is about being informed, and it's about accountability. So if you wear synthetic hair and you notice the smell is harsh, or your scalp reacts, or your eyes water, or your skin breaks out and you have a burning headache, stop letting people tell you that it's normal. Normal is not supposed to hurt. Now, I want to hear from you, because this is one of those topics where the comments tell the truth faster than the industry does. Have you ever had irritation from braiding hair, wigs, or synthetic bundles? Did washing help, or did it not matter? Did switching brands change everything? Or did you have to take the style down immediately? Protect your crown, but protect your health first. I'm going to see you in the next one, and thank you for stopping by the Occasional Commentary.